Imagine this. You stumble across a perfectly preserved stone tablet buried for thousands of years. You dust it off, lean in, and realize it's covered in symbols that make zero sense. No vowels, no consonants, no hello world, just squiggles. And suddenly you realize you're staring at a language that no human alive can read. These are the lost languages of ancient civilizations, messages from people who lived, loved, traded, and died long before Google Translate was an option. Some we've cracked open like a code in the Da Vinci Code. Others, they're still mocking us from museum glass cases. Today we're diving into the ones that just won't give up their secrets. And maybe, just maybe, we'll figure out why. Let's start with the basics. How does one even decipher an ancient language? It's not like there's a dusty ancient Rosetta app out there. When linguists try to decode an old script, they look for three magic ingredients. 1. A bilingual text, like a cheat sheet where one side's in a known language. 2. A big enough sample to recognize patterns. 3. And an educated guess about what language family it might belong to. Case in point, the Rosetta Stone. 3 versions of the same decree: Greek, Demotic, and Egyptian hieroglyphs. Once scholars matched up names like Ptolemy, boom, the hieroglyphic system began to unravel. But when you don't have that bilingual crutch, you're basically playing the hardest game of Wordle imaginable, with a 1,000-year time limit. One of the greatest code-cracked moments came in the 1950s. A British architect named Michael Ventris, who, by the way, did this for fun, managed to decipher something called Linear B, mysterious symbols from Bronze Age Greece. Everyone thought it was some unknown ancient language, but Ventris took a wild guess that it was actually an early form of Greek. He matched repeating patterns to place names, and suddenly, the tablets started making sense. Turns out they were grocery lists. Yep, records of grain, cattle, olive oil. Thousands of years of mystery, all to find out ancient Greeks were basically writing inventory reports. But hey, that's still history. Now let's talk about one of the biggest unsolved mysteries, the Indus Valley civilization. These people were building advanced cities, indoor plumbing, and trading internationally, back when most of the world was still figuring out fire pits. They left behind thousands of seals covered in strange symbols. The Indus script. Problem? Each inscription is only like 5 to 10 signs long. That's shorter than a tweet. And we've never found a translation or a bilingual text. Some scholars think it's a full written language. Others argue it might just be symbols, maybe business logos or clan marks, like property of the Fisher family. Please don't steal our goats. AI has even been thrown at it. Machine learning models say the symbol sequences behave like language. But even the most advanced algorithms are basically shrugging and saying, "Bro, I got nothing." Then we've got Rongo Rongo from Easter Island. Beautiful looping glyphs carved into wooden tablets, discovered in the 1800s. But here's the tragic part. By the time Europeans showed up, the island's oral traditions were gone. No one remembered what the carvings meant. Some say it's the only written language ever created completely independently in the Pacific. Others think it was more symbolic or ceremonial. Either way, we can't read it. and there are only about 24 tablets left. So yeah, these little pieces of wood might hold an entire culture's stories, prayers, and songs. And they're just sitting there, silent. Which honestly feels like the ancient version of losing your phone before you could back it up. Heading over to ancient Nubia, the Meroitic script. This one's wild. We actually know what the letters sound like. We can literally pronounce the words, but we have no idea what they mean. It's like reading the lyrics to a song in a language you don't speak. You can hum along, but you're not vibing with the message. Scholars can identify royal names and some religious terms, but the rest still gibberish. And since Meroitic was unique to that region and culture, once that civilization fell, the key to understanding it fell too. So, why do some of these ancient scripts stay locked up forever? Well, a few reasons. Too few examples. You can't build a dictionary out of 5 words. No Rosetta Stone. No translation to compare. Lost languages. If no living relatives exist, we can't cross-reference patterns. And sometimes, they're not even languages. They could just be counting marks or ritual symbols. It's like trying to decode a grocery receipt without knowing what groceries are. Now, modern researchers are using everything from deep learning to computational linguistics to hunt for clues. Algorithms look for frequency patterns, symbol positions, and rhythm, stuff human eyes miss. AI might be the ultimate cryptographer one day, but here's the catch. Computers don't understand culture. They don't know which symbols might mean king or sheep or this way to the temple. So the human touch still matters. Archaeologists, linguists, and historians piecing together humanity's biggest unsolved puzzle. So why do we even care about cracking these ancient codes? Simple. Because every time we succeed, history changes. When hieroglyphs were deciphered, Egypt suddenly had a voice. When Linear B fell, the Greek Bronze Age got context. Each mystery we solve isn't just about writing, it's about people. How they thought, how they dreamed. And the ones we haven't solved, they remind us of something beautiful. That not every secret of the past is meant to be fully known. Some are just there to keep us curious. So the next time you see a picture of an ancient stone covered in unreadable marks, remember, that's not just old writing. That's someone, thousands of years ago, trying to talk to you. They just didn't expect it to take you 4,000 years to respond. If you enjoyed this dive into lost languages, make sure to hit that subscribe button, because we're just getting started on decoding the mysteries of our ancient world.